Hi. Same place, different position. Two reasons. Probably read in the title of the video, but also because it's only me and Alex, so getting a little bit more close and personal. Stop watch. Anywho, welcome to Beat Time, episode 35. This one's gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna try to cover the leagues real fast because it's only Bermuda's. But we're gonna start talking about one decently serious thing that can affect us and most of YouTube.
And what to expect probably next week.
Pretty much. But on to the week's leaks and then we'll go to the heavy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. You want to? No.
Nah.
Bermuda got a great one that can help with G-Assist. If you're running that, you're preparing for G-Assist.
Yeah.
More of the stuff. This one's decent-ish.
I haven't really seen it much, so.
I mean, I played.
I know, but I'm saying, like, do you want to talk about it?
Nah. We're gonna talk about Coral though. Yeah. Coral got revealed on the stream.
Yes.
She's fun. Very fun. And very interesting to play. So, we're gonna go from the bottom up. We're actually gonna start with a... What is this? It's a promo. So we're gonna skip it. First, Grade 1 Coral. Fresh Star Coral. Auto Vanguard. When placed, if your soul has a card with Coral in its card name, draw a card and put a card from your hand into your soul. So, cycle. Other ability is Auto Rearguard. When placed, Soul Charge 1. If you have a Vanguard with Coral in its card name, Soul Charge 1, and this unit gets 5k until the end of turn. So, on its own...
13.
Yeah. So, on Rearguard, it Soul Charges 2. On Vanguard, it Soul Charges 1 and filters.
I mean, it's a great beater and helps consistency of the deck.
Why it Soul Charges? We'll get there. Moving on, we got the Grade 2 Coral. Shining Star Coral. Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When placed, Soul Charge 1. If you have a Vanguard with Coral in its card name, Soul Charge 1. So Soul Charge 2 in a sense. Second ability is Act Rearguard once per turn. Cost Soul Blast 2. And this unit gets power 10k until the end of turn. If you have a Vanguard with Coral in its card name, this unit gets power 5k until the end of turn. So it's a 15 if you have a Coral for Soul Blast 2. Now we see why it's Soul Charging so much.
So it becomes 25k on its own, so it's a good beater.
It's a really good beater. Why is this a good beater? Because the Grade 3 adds to it. Aurora Star Coral, Grade 3. Continuous Vanguard. If you Soul Blast a total of 4 or more this turn, the original critical of all of your units with Coral in their card names becomes 2. This is a continuous ability. Second ability is Act Vanguard once per turn. Cost Cannon Blast 1, Soul Blast 2, and return a normal unit each from your Rearguard and drop zone to your hand. If you return a card with Coral in its card name, this unit gets power 15 until the end of turn. You don't have to, both from Rearguard and drop zone do not have to be Coral. One of them has to be Coral from drop zone or Rearguard, and you get the power.
So, great incentive to run Force 1 because this pretty much means that Force 2 is irrelevant.
Yeah, because Force 2 is irrelevant. If you go Force 2 and you use this ability, the continuous one, it's not triple critical. This ability makes the original critical 2. Force 2 makes the original critical 2. So they technically are the same thing, so you're not going to be able to stack these.
It basically gives the Force 2 effect to everything with Coral.
Correct. If you Soul Blast 4 or more. But, you know, Soul Blast 2 from its own ability, Soul Blast 2 from the Grade 2, it's not that hard.
From a standard point, this is pretty decent. You get crits across the board right away, which is always good. You get power, which... If your opponent's a Grade 2 and you Soul Blast 4, you're coming in hard. Mm-hmm. I mean, your opponent has to guard everything, especially if they took in damage early in, which sometimes they have to. It's great recovery, so if you board wipe, at least you can just fetch one of the cards out of your drop zone back, so you just net a card, and you get power from it, so it's great with that. In Premium, I mean, it doesn't really mesh well with Coral old stuff. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. If you stride over this, you're not going to get its benefits. But, I mean, all the bounce call effects of Bermuda from the old days, everything, if you bounce call Corals, they're going to be double crit still, so...
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Use it as you will. Moving on real quick, I'm going to just cover the meme real quick. Troll Ballad Perceive. It's continuous. You may have up to 16 of this card in your deck.
We're doing this again?
True meme.
Why are we doing this?
It's a Grade 3, by the way, with no marker.
Why are we doing this again?
I don't know. Auto Vanguard Rearguard when it attacks or is attacked, reveal any number of Troubled Ballad Perceived from your hand, and this unit gets 1k until the end of that battle for each of those cards.
I mean,
It's a meme.
I mean, if you're living on the dream, And do you have like what 5 of these, 6 of these in your hand?
I mean,
That's all you have?
I mean, if you have 6, that's 6k shield for that battle.
Is it for battle or for the end of turn?
Battle.
Yes, bad.
There is no good benefits whatsoever on this card.
No.
Moving on, we did see the triple rare for Bermuda. Another Colorful Bestial came into us. So from Colorful Bestial, Serena came back, and she's basically a carbon copy almost from her own counterpart. Has the Melody ability, and then has another ability that's not Melody. That's very important distinction, the same thing as Fina. So the non-Melody ability is Auto Vanguard Rearguard. One sec. Auto Vanguard Rearguard, when it attacks, hits a Vanguard. If your hand has 4 or less cards, draw a card. It's like the grade 3, but in my opinion, it's a bit better because if you rush early, like you throw a Sonata down, you throw this, do 2 of these down. Not only you get power columns that are really threatening because you threw so much cards on your grade 2 turn. You're more likely hitting with something, and if it's this card on Vanguard or Rearguard, you're plussing off of it because your hand will have 4 or less, even after the dry check.
I mean, I will say I do like how they're balancing out the Bermuda this time around. Like, they're given a melody, but they're not given the melody skills. So they're not breaking it. Like, only the grade 3 so far.
Oh, grade 2 Sonata has melody. As gives the front row, gives any unit that attacks a Vanguard 5k.
Okay, but still, like, it's not broken. Like,
No.
It's balanced, which is good because they could have easily just broke this again. But I see they're trying to limit it with a little bit, which is a good thing.
Oh yeah.
They should have been doing that in the first place. But
You say limited, and we still have Eve.
Look, we're not going to talk about that, okay? That's for another day.
We're gonna show it more.
I'll give my opinion about that another day because it's going to take a whole video.
Oh yeah. Anyway, that was a quick leaks because that's not the important part of this V-time.
Yeah.
As many of you may know, there's been some hubbub around YouTube lately regarding the FTC and COPPA. Now, you probably heard this multiple times already from other YouTubers that have more information. Like, we're not experts on the situation. We just heard from multiple people, watched multiple videos. I haven't even read any actual documents in depth. I've read some, but not all.
It definitely affects bigger YouTubers more than us because we're not even monetized at this moment.
Okay, yes and no. Okay, dude.
I would say it affect them as much.
Yes and no. Like we don't have all the information and not really. So the gist of it is because YouTube lost a lawsuit. I think it was maybe 2 months ago. I might be mistaken, even 2 years ago. Whatever. They lost about $170 million lawsuit. If I'm wrong, I'll put it downstairs. But that lawsuit also made to where YouTube was under the watchful eye of the FTC and the COPPA regulations and all that child protection. Now, while the law in itself is very justified, like children protection on the internet,
yes,
making sure your child doesn't, share their info, credit card, parents' credit cards, whatever, and also and when we say child, we're initially meaning 13 age and under, like the FTC, but it put some restrictions on YouTube and made some changes on YouTube, especially for creators. So now creators have to classify their videos as for kids or not for kids, and what that it looks on the surface like a fix. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Like I said, there's a lot of other people that did better explanations of this. Links down in the description. Cardfight Insider.
Vanguard Insider.
Vanguard Insider, thank you. Made a video on this really well, actually, explaining the situation. So the links are going to be down there in the description. Game Theory, a well-known channel, talked about this also. I'm also going to put that description link to that video in the description if anyone wants to watch in depth. But basically the gist of it is that the problem becomes that if you make your videos for kids, you're basically saying they are made for kids, and what that means is you're not getting monetization off of them, at least not targeted ads. You're not being in search engines, they're not showing you notifications when they're uploaded. The only way to watch these videos that are for kids is to go to the physical YouTube channel, go under videos and find the actual video, which makes a real big problem to creators that make a living off of this, because 90 to 80% of targeted ads is their revenue.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the big problem making it for kids. While on the other hand, you can't say not for kids and you keep your monetization and everything. The problem then becomes that you can get really in trouble because if they see that you market it as not for kids, but some stuff in there can be for kids, and then the FTC or YouTube decides, hey, you classify this video wrong, they can you can be in trouble, and apparently you can receive a fine up to $42,000 per video. Again, other YouTubers have made better classification and all that. I'm just repeating what I've heard and said. So links in the description if you want more detailed information. But yeah, that sounds very scary, and
I mean,
not a lot of people have that much money.
I mean, as our channel, as a card game TCG, we fall into like a gray area where it actually falls under both kids and adults. So we have a bit more leniency as to like somebody who's like unboxing toys or something like that.
Pretty much, like we're in a real gray area, and if I can put up a picture right there, our target audience for our YouTube analytics is literally almost 50% or more of 18 to 25, I think it is.
Yeah.
And then 25 to about 34 is most of it, and then everything else is spread out. Like our 17 to 13 is barely, I think, 2% last time I checked. So we're really not even directed. Our channel really isn't even directed to kids. Like it's mostly teens and up.
But it does affect YouTube overall because this could be detrimental for like actual like Google, in a sense of like all these ads are not going to be shown to all these channels. So,
yes.
All the revenue that they would be drawing from channels that are monetized are no longer being drawn to Google. It's a weird mess.
Yes, like look at it this way. Worst case scenario, if the worst thing happens, everybody's gonna start getting fined for not classifying their videos the same way. Everybody's gonna start get scared and get off YouTube. Otherwise, they're gonna get a really big fine. If every creator that is making a living off of YouTube goes away from YouTube, why are people even going to YouTube? What are they gonna watch? They're gonna watch like a college professor. No discredit them with what they do, but at that point, that might be the most popular subscribed channel on YouTube.
I mean, and even if you're jumping away from YouTube and doing things on somewhere else, you got to think that you're putting yourself in a dangerous situation because, say you do your own website and you do your own videos there, that means that COPPA's going to go after that website that you just made.
The FTC, yes.
Yeah, or whatever. So it's a weird spot.
Again, we're not experts on the situation. We're just scared.
Yeah, I don't think we're really scared. It's just more of
you're not. I am
cautious. Is a better way of putting it.
Yeah,
I'm not scared. I will say that it's kind of hard to regulate TCGs because, like Vanguard and Magic the Gathering in general. If you ever watched Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day, Yu-Gi-Oh was on 4Kids, which was supposed to be a kids channel. And they did extreme censorships of cards. That's why we have fairies instead of angels, or fiend instead of demon.
I mean, if you just take Vanguard, like it has an anime. Yeah. The actual card game is targeted for 8+.
Yes.
But what we do, especially us and other Card Fight Vanguard, YouTubers, we're not targeted for that age group. Like we're targeted for a little bit more older and mature people.
Yeah.
Because this is also something I wanted to cover because the YouTube did try to help and give you some guidelines on, how do you know when something is not classified for kids or not. I'm mostly gonna do this in a similar way that Vanguard Insider did. So again, if you wanted to see his video, this was actually a really good video explaining all this.
He's a really good
in the description. But basically, it gives you some guidelines that according to the FTC guidelines, COPPA, a video is child directed if children are the primary audience based on the factor described below, and children are not the primary audience, but the video is still directed to children based on the factors below. And then gives you a list of factors. And we're going to go through these one by one and give our 2 cents with our channel in mind at least. So, first one is subject matter of the video. I forgot to mention these are very vague, so take them as you will. I guess educational content for preschoolers.
Also,
not that.
Can we just talk about how this is also ran by a bunch of people that don't even have smartphones?
Okay, the FTC and lawyers and people that make these rules.
Yes.
They have no clue.
Yeah.
How it's like on YouTube or whatever, what's happening, and yes. But back to this. The subject matter for the video. I mean, we're not educational, nor for preschoolers. Like, our subject
yeah.
matter really isn't there. Like, we talk about...
We might hit age groups of like
I mean,
10, maybe.
regardless, a lot of stuff that adults like to watch, kids also like to watch. So anything can be classified as kid content. Like, that's the problem. But with most of the stuff that we do, like, we talk about deck structures. Not a lot of kids are going to get that. We talk about leaks and all that and stuff's happening in Japan and stuff like that. And dear Lord, because maybe too much.
Yeah, well, that's a play factor for that.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Whether children are intended or actual audience of the video. Well, they're not intended, nor from the at least analytics, they're not the actual audience. At least I hope not. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
We do not intend. This video is basically not intended for kids. They're basically intended for other card fighters that you're gonna see in a competitive, not even in a competitive, like other card fighters. Like competitive players can watch our videos and criticize us all they want. And casual players can watch our videos and just have fun.
I mean, it's just there for people to say, hey, I want to see how this card would fare up against this. Or, you know, proxy plays especially, like, okay, here's the core card that just came out.
Yeah.
I wonder how it's going to interact with this. Well, you know, we might get an interaction with that, interact with this.
Pretty much.
Find out ahead of time.
Let's just move on through this list real fast. Whether the video includes child actors and models? No. I mean, we're childish, but we're not child actors.
No, they're definitely not.
Well, maybe if Jeff shaves. Whether the video includes characters, celebrities, or toys that appeal to children, including animated characters or cartoon figures. Yeah, we don't have any animation, nor do I want to reach that area because that's just a lot of more work.
The only thing you could really say with the animation would be the actual Vanguard anime, but even then, that's Cardfight Vanguard's problem, not ours.
Exactly. This channel does not have anything.
But speaking of that, I wonder how that's going to classify for animated stuff like that.
Yeah. Whether the language of the video is intended for children to understand. I saw Vanguard Insider's take on this and a whole list of words that might be for children. That includes fun, cool, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, those are generic words in this day and age.
It's very vague.
Very, very, very vague. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know what to say to that, man.
Anyway, whether the language... just read that. Yep. Whether the video includes activities that appeal to children, such as play acting, simple song games, or early education. So not early education, not simple song games.
No.
Technically, the card fight as a game does appeal to children, because it's still, again... Card fight, Bushiroad, they actually target age up 8 and plus. But again, what we do is not intended, and our content is not intended to be appealed to kids.
Yes.
Kids can watch it. I doubt they much understand other than watching cardboard fall in certain places.
Pretty much.
And me screaming, double critical. Yes. Whether the video includes songs, stories, or poems for children. I'm never... Nobody's on this channel gonna go in a song. And if we do, Jeff's gonna kill us.
The one time we did, we already knew it was copyright and already blanked it out. So
again, Jeff's probably gonna kill us if anyone goes in a song.
Yeah.
And then any other information you have that you have to help determine your video audience, like empirical evidence or video audience. Again, analytics. 18 to, I think it was 25, 34, something like that. Like, you can see it.
Early 30s.
Our audience is pretty clear what it is.
Yeah.
So stuff like that has been happening, and all this is going to actually get implemented this January 1st. So we got a month's leeway to get more information. There is a petition going around. If I can find the link later, I'll put it in the description. There's a lot of stuff in the description. You should probably read it. But petition link. And apparently there's also a place you can go to comment to the FTC, and they're going to listen and get some feedback back how to change the rules, because they're really outdated. Really outdated.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So
That's from like what, 2005 or something?
Oh yeah. No, the actual COPPA thing was, the COPPA, as far as I know, the COPPA thing was established and written in 1998.
Jesus.
It's been updated, I think, in 2012, if I remember correctly, hearing from somebody. But still, it needs another update.
Yeah.
Stuff changes, technology changes, the way people do things change.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of stuff in the description if you want more on this info. Otherwise, from our perspective, we'll see how it goes. We just now hit a stride in subscribers, and thank you everybody that subscribed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, thank you really. Like, this is just I feel really happy when I see those numbers.
I mean, and definitely you're going to be seeing some cooler stuff from us because next week we're going to be in Sheridan,
Anaheim, baby.
So
California.
Not only are you going to have coverage from the tournament there, but any other stuff that might be happening there.
So this is a little bit ambitious, but as we go there, we're going to record the trip. There's going to be a road trip video up whenever I get the chance to edit it after the trip.
Yes.
We're going to do, in the road trip video is going to be a tournament report from how we did. Hopefully I'll be able to post on our Facebook page how, who was first place, some of the, decks that showed up. I'll try to do my best. No promises.
And also, for the tournament there, we're probably only do standard. We probably will still try to get the results for premium
Yes.
there.
Like if we get a chance, like our plan is to go for standard for fun, maybe competitive.
Yes.
Get the Char Expo exclusive, see the Char Expo, and Sunday especially just go and enjoy the whole event.
Yes.
Because you don't get any chance, especially for us, in North Carolina.
And I mean, we definitely don't want to pass up the Chair Expo collectors.
Mm-hmm. We want those.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we do want. Because one of them is going to be a giveaway prize. And speaking of that, it's going to be, if I can get a hold of it, it's going to be either the V time. Because there's going to also be a V time while we're at Chair Expo. I'm being that ambitious.
Oh,
I do a V time at Chair Expo and edit it over there and post it. I'm going to be ambitious. But stuff's coming along.
Rip your sleep.
I never rip my sleep. It's fine. You need sleep. Hector needs sleep. You are not eating if you want to go competitive, by the way.
Yeah.
We know this. Anywho, fun stuff happening. I'm tired, man. Honestly, this COPPA thing, it's got me worried.
It is worrisome, but I don't think it'll be as bad because net neutrality was a big deal whenever it happened, and it never came out, and nothing really came out too big from that.
You're not wrong.
So hopefully it'll be like another net neutrality where it just never really kind of passes over.
Look, man, I'm just happy because we're doing something. Like we're getting a lot of people watching. I'm so thankful. I don't want that to end. Like we just got our strive. I don't want it to crash and burn already.
Nah, you'll still see some stuff from us. We're gonna be around.
Anyway, enough of the seriousness and sadness and I don't know what else around this COPPA thing. If there's any more info in hopefully next coming months, we might do another one of these just to update what's happening, if everything's alright, if everything's terrible.
Probably sometime after January when we get more information, we'll make an update. But
yep. And then again, like I said, if you're really interested in this situation more, links are in the description to some good videos I've seen that actually explain the situation. Shout out again to Vanguard Insider, taking inspiration from you, man. Other than that, hopefully you guys can see us at Char Expo if anybody's going there.
Yeah,
Will be very noticeable.
yeah, very noticeable.
But yeah, I think we're gonna end it there. I know we got some leeway, but we're gonna end it there. You got anything else you want to talk about?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah. More proxy plays are gonna be coming. We're trying to do a coral soon. More Bermuda.
We'll have a Genesis deck profile up very soon, and hopefully a God Hand one too.
And a Tachi one, hopefully a Grand Blue. We got a lot of stuff we got to record.
Exactly.
Hopefully we can get to it.
Yes.
Other than that, like always, leave some comments down below what you want to see, what gameplays, what decks, maybe some profiles. We're really trying. We have a new system for deck profiles for proxy plays. I always forget to do it. We're gonna get on that.
Yeah, we're slowly getting there. Okay.
Slowly getting there. But enough stretching this. As always, if you like this video, please like it, subscribe to our channel, ring that bell to get notified, maybe even follow us on Facebook. But, as always, I've been Philip.
This is Alex.
And we'll see you in Anaheim. Woo!
Bye.
Man, I am actually worried. I don't want all this to crash and burn.
Yeah.
We just got our stride, man. I'm happy.